Alright, little bit of a market review here. Little bit of a market review here. Um, some so in the QQQ, it continues to be choppy. We saw the test of the 50 day. It ended up bouncing, and you know, on this day we had the follow through, and then this day, which was yesterday, ended up being a sort of expectation breaker, and now we're seeing probably 0.5% gap up. But yeah, my stocks, I owned a BE at this time, and it was kind of had a gap up on some news. I bought down here in this opening prior high, ended up getting a nice 25% move in today, and then actually unwinded and ended up gapping down on me, and I just let it stop me out at this. I just sold at the open and ended up kind of unwinding. Also in Dokken, um, I bought down here in this undercut rally, but ended up adding right here. So, um, over this prior day high, and then it gapped down on me. So I ended up, I think, taking a small loss on that. Did undercut rally the same location again, but this was like no way to get in here. It's kind of just like a crazy wash out in the first few minutes, and then it just gets bought straight up and is gapping up even. So we did see this kind of head and shoulders pattern, which got rejected here. If the price had broken this level of this low, might have been a double top, but we did not see that. It's just continuing to chop higher low here. S&P 500, it's pretty much the same thing, except for this weird candle. I actually don't know what this is about. There's some really wide candle. Same thing, a little bit less choppy, and the S&P 500 but still really wide bars compared to what it was earlier. NeoCloud obviously got slammed on the back of Meta News saying that they had some extra like compute that they're gonna sell, so that brought the share price up like 8%. Nebius got hit hard. I tried playing this one yesterday on a right here. I bought some. I thought that it was kind of like gap down and kind of overreact to the news and then just rally. I put a tight stop and I ended up getting stopped out later, and then I re-entered on this 620 setup down here, or not this 620, this higher low. I thought it was higher low, so then I just put my stop on this low and then ended up just unwinding for the rest of the day. So not much there. The rest of the Neo Clouds, it's kind of a character change within Nebius as it goes and undercuts this higher low and closes below it, which it hasn't really been doing ever since March, especially with comparison to the 20-day moving average. A lot of shakeouts before just going higher. But we are seeing a little bit of gap up. We'll see how this goes. It might just gap up and then run, which would be kind of unfortunate. CoreWeave got destroyed as per most of these Cypher on the 50-day. Right, we might see a shake out of that low, but it did end up holding today. Actually, a higher low. Closed below the 50 though. We'll see how that goes. This is kind of a high tide flag. Fly Digital, same thing. Wolf. Hut had this really nice inside day the day before I wanted to buy it, maybe on a Friday high. This is a nice high tide flag, but did not end up getting that on the back of the Meta News. Space has been strong recently, but a little bit of pullback. If you see stocks, Rocket Lab, ASTS, PL, Lunar, bouncing, Lunar being the laggard of those right now. Mags obviously bounced today on the back of Meta News. Nvidia's down as well, but not much to say there. Hood strong after retests this pivot of the stage 1 base. I would not be worried as you can get in on a pullback to 20, but the buy was here. If you were watching this stock, that is great for you. Another stock, Reddit was another thing, another name that broke out today, but this one is less clean, though you do see this really tight price action right here. So buying over the Friday high for that name would have been a good idea. Let me just move this up. Eli Lilly continues to just chop around. Not much to say there. BlackBerry continues to be a monster. Energy had a rough day today. Metals, as per the usual, has just been chopping around, doing kind of stage 3, stage 4 actions. Nothing really good. Energy kind of had a bad day. Bloom Energy is down. It was up at one point, but for good news and not really following through. So it's running really wide and really volatile. So it's kind of just not something I want to ever trade anymore. It's maybe signaling the run is over for the time being. It's getting very wide. The other names being F-Cells, name was really strong. I pulled back today. Penguin, high tide flag, but it's not able to get going. The rest of the names, not too much to comment on. So the equipment, yeah, all of the semi-equipments were really, really strong these past weeks, but they all pulled back today after getting very extended. So all of the structures look almost the same. Teradyne is kind of looking to retest this pivot, but it's gapping up right now. We'll see how that goes. What I would say the best looking of the bunch is this Dell. Um, Looks very good right now. It's high tide flag. It's one of the leaders, but was not able to get above this level. Close above this level yesterday. So see how it goes. Slight 1% gap down too, which is not what you like to see, but it was showing relative strength yesterday compared to all the other semis that were down. So we'll see how that goes. So if you look at all of the equipment managers, 10, 8, 9, etc., and this one's down 1.4%. At one point in the day, it was even up, actually. I do own a good position in this one, so we'll see how that goes. Memory obviously getting chopped around. I'm expecting this to base out sideways for a while and probably even test the 50-day maybe. This is just really wide and loose. It's not easy to trade at all. AMD kind of on the 10-day. This one looks pretty good. Kind of might see some action here in undercut, but market's gapping up. So do we see a gap up continuation again, or do we just see a gap up and fade? I don't know if you own from lower. That's great. But I don't really have much other than Dell right now, so it's not looking good. ALAB, a lot of these stocks just getting thrown around. Marvell, I tried getting some Marvell. It was looking really tight, but it ended up just going down to the 20. We'll see how that goes. ARM, same thing. A lot of these stocks anywhere sideways. MU closes below the 20 for the first time in a long time since the run started. SanDisk is not closed below the 20 yet since the fall through day. ADI looks kind of good in this base consolidation, but I don't know if I want to get involved down there. Unless I see an undercut and rally of this bottom level maybe, or like a test of it. And then like a 620 on the intraday, but not much else there. These other names, Western Digital and STX being the laggards, obviously. Optics, nothing to do with these names unless you're looking to short them, but I'm not doing that. CrowdStrike had a split today. Well, CrowdStrike's was looking really good if you were able to get on Friday, and that's honestly the case with most of these names: Datadog, Snowflake, Rubrik, Snow, Frog, Fortinet. But I don't own any of these. I did try trading them earlier in that week, but I did not end up getting the buy. I was on like a call or something. And then obviously RAM, tech, semiconductors getting hit the hardest with software being up. I'm pretty sure that's not on the back of these stocks though. These leaders on my list, probably I think it's Microsoft, ServiceNow, etc. It's just on the back of the meta news. It's just bad for the memories of the software companies. Getting a boost from that. Um, no HPC plays today. And then for my focus, these are just the names I'm looking at and watching. Dell looks good. If you maybe hopefully this, because I own it, I don't want like see like a undercut and rally the 20, but do you see that might be a time to get in. Ideally, we just get some tight price action, or with the market gapping up, it gets going. I don't know. AMD, if you were to get in this, the 10-day, good for you. If that's how I'd be looking to get in, rather. SanDisk would be looking to get in the 20, but honestly, I don't really want to try this name right now. If I see a clean setup, maybe I'll trade it. If you see like a gap up and then like a rally to a washout, it's kind of what I'm expecting. Micron's off the 20-day already. Nebby is kind of gapping up, but it's quite hard to get in this name right now. You might have to just shoot your shot on this one and see how it goes. This would retest a pivot point again. We'll see how that goes. And that's really the case with a lot of these stocks. Yeah, that's about it.